fourth grade, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Southeast region, Lesson 3, Chapters 4 and 5. Today we are learning about the resources, economy, and disasters that may occur in the Southeast region of the United States. We know we'll be successful when we are able to describe jobs and resources that are available specifically in the Southeast region, describe natural disasters that may occur in the Southeast, and then also be able to describe how to prevent disasters from affecting the Southeast region. Our only vocabulary word today is a levee. These are banks built up near a river to prevent flooding. So you can see levees right here. They also can be built up higher. Okay, Chapter 4, Resources and the Economy. The people of the Southeast hold a variety of jobs. Some manufacture goods such as chemicals, transportation equipment, and electronics. There are large food and beverage companies in this region too. Shipping companies are located near ports along the Gulf and the Atlantic. Many people work in restaurants, hotels, and other businesses that provide services. As it has been throughout history, agriculture is a vital part of the Southeast's economy. And down here it shows factories in North Carolina produce jet engines for large passenger planes. Farming. The Mississippi Delta and other river valleys provide a rich base for agriculture. The Native American groups living in the region first farmed along the river valleys. The fertile southeastern soil and the warm, wet climate are still ideal conditions for farming. Today, farmers grow cotton, tobacco, soybeans, and corn. Arkansas's location on the delta yields more rice than any U.S. state. And there we can see a rice field, and it says rice requires very wet conditions to grow, and more than half of the world's people eat rice as a regular part of their diet. So you can see the importance of the Southeast and their agriculture. Florida is called the Sunshine State. Its hot, sunny weather makes it the perfect place to grow citrus fruits. Florida grows more oranges, grapefruits, and tangerines than any other state. Most of the oranges are squeezed to make orange juice. But Florida isn't always sunny. When the weather becomes unexpectedly cold, frost can destroy the fruit. Farmers sometimes use heaters or sprinklers to keep the fruit from freezing. And our caption here says harvest season is a busy time of the year for citrus growers in Florida. Mining. The land of the Appalachian Plateau is not very suitable for farming. Remember, the Appalachian is all of those mountain ranges. So people in this area look to the mountains for resources. West Virginia sits above a large natural supply of coal. Miners also dig for coal in Kentucky, Virginia, and Tennessee. Throughout the nation's history, this coal has provided fuel for industries for heating and to generate electricity. And coal miners often work in dark, very tight spaces. Being a coal miner can be a very difficult and very dangerous job. Closer to the Gulf, oil and natural gas are trapped deep underground. People reach these energy resources by drilling wells on land and under the Gulf waters. In 2010, a disaster on an oil rig in the Gulf poured millions of gallons of oil into the ocean. The fishing industry relies on these waters for shrimp, crabs, oysters, and clams. This industry is still recovering from the damage to the ocean to the health of its wildlife. And oil is one of the most important natural resources in the world. I remember that. It was really sad to see all the oil covering all of the different animals in the area. Welcoming visitors. The tourist industry employs many people in the Southeast. Florida's amusement parks and beaches are popular vacation spots. I bet you guys wouldn't want to go to any of those, especially places like Disney World or SeaWorld. Tourists also visit Washington, D.C. The city has many museums and memorials. The town of Williamsburg, Virginia is nearby. Many of its historic sites have been recreated so that visitors can see what life was like long ago. And it says millions of people travel to Florida every year to visit the state's many exciting amusement parks. Universal, there's so many. I would love to be in Florida right now. The Kentucky Derby. Horse farms in the bluegrass region of Kentucky raise thoroughbreds. These horses are built to race. The Kentucky Derby is held every May. This 1.25 mile 2-kilometer race is held at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky. The oval track first opened in 1875. Races have been held there every year since. Each horse has an owner, a trainer, and a jockey. The jockey rides the horse across the finish line, hopefully in first place. As you can see, the Kentucky Derby, maybe you've heard of it before, is very, very popular, brings lots of people to the area as well. Okay, so your first journal question today is, describe some of the jobs that are available in the Southeast due to the resources in the area. How is this job the same or different than jobs that we have here? So think about all the different jobs that have been mentioned so far and describe how they could be the same or different in Kansas. Chapter 5, Disaster in the Gulf. In August of 2005, a hurricane formed in the Caribbean Sea and was headed toward the southeastern United States. First, it hit Florida. Next, it traveled over the Gulf. The winds grew stronger. Then it struck Louisiana and Mississippi. Some parts of the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, are below sea level. Levees built along waterways usually keep water from flooding the land, but they couldn't keep back the rising water brought by Hurricane Katrina. And it says Atlantic hurricanes are most common in August and September. Our caption over here on our picture says strong winds are just one of the many problems brought on by Hurricane Katrina. The Southeast often does get most of the hurricanes that are formed because of its position next to the Gulf as well as the Atlantic. So lots of hurricanes happen in this region. Here they're very specifically talking about the 2005 Hurricane Katrina. Destruction. Parts of the levees broke and most of New Orleans flooded. People climbed onto rooftops to escape the rising waters. The hurricane completely destroyed parts of the city, including homes and schools. Many people died. Mississippi was hit hard too. All over the region, people's homes and belongings were completely destroyed. Hurricanes are one of the challenges of living in this area. But Hurricane Katrina was one of the worst storms in U.S. history. And down below, Hurricane Katrina was one of the most destructive natural disasters ever to hit the United States. And you can see all the water rising. Sometimes it gets so high that's why you might see them on their roofs as they're trying to get out of the water than to be able to make sure that they are on safe ground. Rebuilding. Rebuilding took lots of time and money. To prevent such a large disaster from happening again, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers set to work rebuilding levees and flood walls. The new levees are taller than the old ones. This reduces the chance of water pouring over the top. New flood walls must reach much deeper into the ground. This makes them more stable and less likely to break. And volunteers traveled to New Orleans from around the country to help rebuild. The population of New Orleans is not as large as it was before the storm, but many people have been coming back. Construction businesses, government workers, and volunteers have helped rebuild neighborhoods and businesses. Organizations provide money to give business owners, homeless people, and artists a new start. As the city rebuilds, visitors have returned to New Orleans too. They come to see a part of a region with a history of strength, culture, and unique beauty. Up here it says people are once again traveling to New Orleans to enjoy the parades and festivals that the city is known for. So the number of states in the region are 12. In the Southeast region, major rivers of the region are the Mississippi, Savannah, and the Tennessee. We've talked about how the major mountain range is the Appalachian Mountains in the Southeast region. Really large cities include Jacksonville, Mississippi, Charlotte, West Virginia, and Memphis, Tennessee. A lot of the products that are in that area include cotton, rice, sugarcane, nuts, fruits, livestock, seafood, coal, oil, and natural gas. Okay, so they have the Atlantic Ocean on the east. On the north, they have the Northeast and the Midwest regions that are next to them. The Gulf of Mexico is to the south, and the Southwest region is to the west. If you remember, did you find the truth that Florida grows more oranges than any other state? Or that America's first permanent English colony was founded in Georgia? Hope you found your truth. If not, go back and watch. We've also attached in here the important words that we used throughout the story, as well as the index for anything you might need to go back and reference throughout the story that we read. Your journal question for today is, what are levees and why are these important to the Southeast region during disasters? So this was our vocabulary word, and I also want you to think about how it relates to disasters that happen in the Southeast region. Thanks, fourth grade. You guys are awesome. See you again soon.